विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जगद्गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य।
Hare Krishna. We are extremely fortunate that during this pious Chaturmasya, that is the 4 holy months in Vedic culture, and under that the Shravan month or the rainy season is going on. And in this Shravana month, we are celebrating the pious, pure festivities of the Jhulan Yatra. During these days, whether you have a Balgopa or Radha Krishna, they are oscillated in the swings during this season. And we were seeing that so many devotees were singing so they were all oscillating the deities, and today also everybody is ready. So today again we will do that. But the question arises that Radha and Krishna, why do they like to swing? Why do they like swings? A devotee does what the Lord loves or likes, prefers. So, why do Lord likes to swing or oscillate? If we try to contemplate on this, then we all have a stage that is a special stage, and every stage has its qualities and form. For example, when we are in the mode of goodness, then that person's form is that he wants to acquire knowledge. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Satyam Sanjayate Jnanam. So, in this mode of goodness, a person seeks knowledge. But if we are in the mode of passion, that is Rajoguna, so it's not about you, but people like me. So when we are in Rajoguna, then they are, the quality is that they are greedy. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, we all should try to progress upwards from whatever stage we are present. And what do Upanishad say? Tamso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamaha means darkness, and you should walk from darkness towards or through towards the light. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the stage that we have, some people are completely in the mode of ignorance, so they should try to progress towards the mode of passion or rajagun. But if someone is situated in the mode of passion or rajaguna, then they should try to acquire or proceed to the mood of goodness, that is satoguna. And if people like you who are in satoguna, that is mode of goodness, then they should try to proceed towards pure goodness, that is shuddha sattva. By the mercy of Bhagavad Kripa, whatever situation we are, we should try to progress from that position or stage. So if a student of a child is studying in the first grade, then he will constantly try to go or progress towards the second grade and so on and so forth. So whatever stage we are, we should try to progress from there. So if we are in the mode of ignorance, then we should proceed to mode of passion, and from passion to goodness, and then pure goodness. So it is so easy to hear, but if I want to tell you something practical, then if I say that how we are going to progress from these modes of natures, so what is the process for the same? That a person in the mode of ignorance should proceed towards the mood of passion and so on and so forth. So what is the process? So, and what the things these all depend. So let me reveal a secret in front of you. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.13.4, there is a beautiful verse in which Shukdev Goswami describes
कालः कर्म च जन्म च ध्यानं मंत्रोऽथ संस्कारो देशे ते गुण हेतवः। श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी कहते हैं
Srila Shukdev Goswami Pad says that our situation depends on 10 things. Or if we want to progress further, then these 10 things can support us or can be helpful. So if I add that from the mode of ignorance, we have to progress towards mode of passion and towards the mode of goodness. So how, on what does it depend? So in the 11th canto, it is mentioned by Shukdev Goswami, Agam means Shastra, that is scriptures. So by the help of scriptures, we can progress. A person in mode of ignorance can proceed towards the mood of passion, and the one in mood of passion can progress towards the pure of goodness. So we can progress by the support of one, the first thing, that is agam, that is the shastras or the Vedic scriptures. So first is agama, and then the next is apaha. In Sanskrit, apaha implies jal or water, that is our diet, what we eat. So to progress, our diet is very, very important or critical. It depends on what we eat. So First, we can progress through the medium of the scriptures, and through diet also we can progress. If we eat Shuddha Sattvic, so there is a huge definition of Shuddha Sattvic. So it should not contain anything that is non-edible. It should be in the mode of goodness. It should be made from the pure, hard-earned money, and it should be offered to the Lord. It should have been prepared with pure mellows and intent. And if we eat this kind of diet, then we can progress from these material modes of nature. Otherwise, to change these material modes of nature, it's not easy. To bring the person from the mode of ignorance to passion, or from passion to goodness, is nearly impossible. But all these 10 things can support. First is the scriptures. Second is apaha, that is our diet. Through our food that we eat, we can progress. In Vedic scriptures, it is mentioned, and Srila Prabhupada ji writes repeatedly, if your food or diet is pure, then your senses will be controlled and your heart will be controlled. And because your heart and mind is controlled or is pure, then your work will also become better, and so will our actions, etc. So that is why we should try that our food should always be pure. So all those who are doing the preaching, so you can use this. So the third is praja. To change our situation or to progress, we need praja. What is praja? So, praja means association. So, so all those who are sitting here along with me, so do you think that we all were expected to be in the mode of goodness? Is it possible? We thousands of people are sitting together. So had the fate or providence written pure goodness for all of us, but we all are sitting in the pure mode of goodness. So nobody can be angry, nobody can sleep right now. So at the same moment, all are in the pure goodness. It's not necessary because of our providence, but this is by the support of the association of each other. That is the devotee association. Through that, we can progress. So very beautiful. It is said, so this is the third point, and the fourth is deshaha. Deshaha means the place. Sometimes we are in such a place, for example, the business place. So you are in the mood of goodness, but you go to work, then no matter whatever you do, but you become greedy and you think that I should also earn something. So if you go to a battlefield, although even if you're in the mode of goodness, still you will become or come in the mode of ignorance. So the place or the situation where you are also support us to rise above these three modes of material nature. So if we go to Vrindavan or Mayapur, etc., the holy places, or to a nearby ISKCON temple, then you can attain the pure mode of goodness instantly. So the Vedic scriptures, diet, association, and the place. And the fifth is kalaha, that is time. Sometimes we are so much engrossed in the mode of passion or ignorance that, so to change that, time also works, because time is eternal and is very, very important. So when we wait for the appropriate time, then also this situation can change. By performing piety or good deeds, so in our so we, by the virtue of our evil deeds, if we are born in a place where from childhood they are taught to kill cows and eat, so but if they perform piety or good work, then they can be transformed. So then the next situation is when you're born, so that is also important. So when you are born in a family of a devotee, even if you if you are born in a devotee family, then even though you don't like it, but you will have to listen to the arti or the katha, because you're born in such a family. So they will get this privilege. So scriptures, diet, association, place, time, piety or our good work, and birth. Then the next is dhyanam. By meditating on the Lord, our situation can change. Then mantro, that is, by chanting the holy names, we can change our position. And the next is sanskar. So that is the initiation or the second initiation ceremony. So all these sanskaras, through these as well, we can change our position in these three modes of material nature. So these 10 things can help us in progress from our modes of material nature wherever we are. So according to our situation, there are some qualities or form. So in the mode of goodness, a person wants to acquire knowledge. In mode of ignorance, they are lazy, and in the are angry.
कि प्रेम का सहज स्वरूप क्या है? प्रेम अवस्था का सहज स्वरूप
If I
क्या है?
ask you that what is the form of mode of pure goodness, so for mode of mode of ignorance, it is the form is laziness, angry or anger, and in the mode of passion it's greed, and in the mode of goodness it's knowledge. So the form of love is to oscillate.
वो बंदा डोलेगा, जहां प्रेम होगा वो बंदा झूलेगा.
Wherever there is love, this person will oscillate, and a person who is not happy or if he's angry, then will he be able to oscillate? So
दिल जो प्यार करेगा वो गाना गाएगा, दीवाना सैकड़ों में पहचाना जाएगा. आप मुझे कहो, क्रोधी आदमी कभी नाच सकता है?
just let me know, if a person is angry, can a person dance at that time?
वो तो आग प्रकट करता है.
He
लोभी आदमी नाचता है? नहीं.
throws
प्रेम जो
fire.
है
Can a greedy person
वो
dance?
नचा
But
देता है। मीरा
the
का
love makes
नाचना नहीं
people
था,
dance.
मीरा के
They
अंदर
don't
जो प्रेम था
intend
वो
to
प्रेम
dance.
उनको
Mira
नचा
didn't
देता
want
था।
it to dance, but because of the love
चैतन्य
that she
महाप्रभु
had,
को नाचना
she
नहीं था।
she
जैसे
used
हम
to
लोग
dance.
घर से प्रिपरेशन करके निकलते ना,
Chaitanya
अच्छे कपड़े
Mahaprabhu
पहनते
didn't
हैं,
want it to
मंदिर जाएंगे,
dance.
वहां जाएंगे, हम नाचेंगे,
We
10-15 लोग
prepare
हमको देखेंगे। ऐसी
good clothes
प्रिपरेशन
and go
मीरा
to the
बाई की
temple and we will go there
नहीं
and
थी।
we will dance and people will look at us.
या फिर
That
गोरा
was not the
पहनना नहीं
intent
था,
of
प्रेम
Chaitanya
करना
Mahaprabhu.
था। वो प्रेम का
But
सहज
because they
स्वरूप
had that
नचा देता था।
love, used to make them
सहज
dance.
स्वरूप प्रेम का कि वो जुमा देता था। सो जैसे सत्व गुण का सहज स्वरूप है ज्ञान, रजोगुण का लोभ, तमोगुण
So
का
as
मोह, वैसे प्रेम का
the
सहज स्वरूप
form
है डोलना,
of
झूलना।
mode of ignorance is laziness,
प्रिया
anger.
प्रियतम,
For
श्री
mode
राधा और
of
कृष्ण
passion is greed.
साक्षात प्रेम
And for
स्वरूप
mode
है।
of goodness
और
is
क्योंकि ये प्रेम स्वरूप है, इसलिए
to
इस
acquire
प्रेम
knowledge.
स्वरूप का स्वरूप है झूलना,
Similarly, the
डोलना।
form of
दैट्स
pure
व्हाई
goodness
इसीलिए राधा और कृष्ण को
is to
डोलना
oscillate.
या
That is
झूलना
why
अच्छा लगता है।
Radha and Krishna enjoy to oscillate or
क्योंकि
swing
उसमें प्रेम है,
because
इसलिए
they
इन्हें
are filled
झूलना
with
अच्छा
love.
लगता है।
That is why they love to
जैसे
oscillate.
सत्वगुणी आदमी को ज्ञान ग्रहण करना अच्छा लगता है, रजोगुणी को लोभ करना अच्छा लगता है, तमोगुणी को क्रोध करना अच्छा लगता है, वैसे प्रेमी आदमी को झूलना अच्छा
So
लगता
a
है।
person who
राधा और
is
कृष्ण प्रिया
loved or
प्रियतम
is
प्रेमी
loving,
है,
they
इसलिए
like
उनको
to swing.
झूलना अच्छा लगता है। लगभग आपको समझ में आ गया। सो इस प्रकार से राधा और
So in
कृष्ण
this
झूलते
manner,
हैं, झूलते
Radha
हैं।
and Krishna
देखिए, राधा और कृष्ण
oscillate
को
and swing.
झूले पर झुलाने के लिए
Radha
गोपियां
to
गोपियां ब्रज
swing
की
Radha and
स्त्रियां
Krishna,
बहुत सुंदर मेहनत करती हैं,
the
सेवा
eternal
करती हैं, झूला
associates of
बनाने
Raja,
में,
the
झूला
gopis, the
सजाती हैं,
cowherd
फिर
girls and
झूला
boys,
बनाने में,
they
सजाने में
make so many
गोपियों को आनंद आता है।
arrangements, decorate. The
तो
all these cowherd
प्रेम
girls
का
enjoy
मूल
that,
आनंद कौन सा है
but
जानते
the
हैं?
major
राधा और
bliss that they
कृष्ण,
enjoy
अभी जो
is
अभी झूले में आप मेरे पीछे देख रहे हैं ना, राधा और
then
कृष्ण प्रिया
the
प्रियतम दोनों
beloved
एक साथ
and
झूले
the
में बैठते
love.
हैं। और जब राधा कृष्ण दोनों झूलते झूलते एक साथ
That is
बैठ
Radha and
जाते
Krishna
हैं,
when they sit together and when
तो
they
प्रिया
come
प्रियतम
forward.
के दोनों के चरणों को एक साथ दर्शन
So
करना,
to
ये
see
सखियों
both
का
their
सबसे बड़ा
lotus feet
आनंद है।
together
ये सखियों
is
का
the
सबसे ज्यादा आनंद
most
है।
blissful
वैसे झूले में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं,
situation
झूलाना, झूला
where they
बनाना,
enjoy. So there are so
ये सब
many
आनंद है,
things that they
लेकिन
enjoy
सखियों
to
का सबसे
make
बड़ा
the
आनंद कौन
swing,
सा है?
decorate it,
प्रिया
etc.
प्रियतम
But
के
the
साथ में
greatest pleasure of
बैठकर
all
झूला
is
झूलते हुए
that
उन दोनों
while
के
they are
चरणों का
swinging,
दर्शन
to
करना,
see the
ये
both
सबसे
sets
बड़ा
of
आनंद है।
lotus feet together
और
is the
बात भी सही है।
greatest happiness of all.
श्रीमती राधा रानी
And
के
it is
भाव
true as
कृष्ण
well.
लिया चैतन्य महाप्रभु बने
Radharani's
और
mellow
विशाखापट्टनम
was
में राधा
taken by
कृष्ण
Chaitanya
भूमि पर
Mahaprabhu,
प्रकट हुए
and Lalita
और
Sakhi
दोनों
came as Rai
गोदावरी नदी
Ramanan,
पर बैठे थे।
and they both sat
चैतन्य
at the
महाप्रभु ने
banks of
पूछा
Godavari
कि बताओ
river,
जय,
and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
रामानंद
asked,
बताओ,
"Tell me, O
इस
Ramanan,
संसार में किसी जीव के
in
लिए
this world,
सबसे बड़ा ध्यान कौन सा है?
what is the greatest meditation of all?" And he replies,
ध्येय मध्य जीवेर कर्तव्य कौन ध्यान, ध्येय मध्य जीवेर कर्तव्य कौन ध्यान, राधा कृष्ण पादाम्बुज, ध्यान से सुनिए, राधा कृष्ण पादाम्बुज ध्यान प्रधान, राधा कृष्ण पादाम्बुज ध्यान प्रधान। सो ध्यान में सबसे बड़ा ध्यान कौन सा है?
so the greatest meditation of all is, Ramanand Rai replies or responds that the greatest meditation of all
ध्यान
is
करना सबसे बड़ा ध्यान है?
to
नहीं,
meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord Shri Krishna? No. In our Gaudiya Sampradaya, only alone Krishna, if he is roaming alone, he is not valuable. He says, Radha Krishna Padambuje. To meditate on the lotus feet of Radha, Rani and Krishna is the most transcendental. And when does it happen? When they both sit on the swing. If you have swing, then you will also swing. So some people feel
यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो है, सिक्स फ्लैग है, तो जब भी आप लोग हमको छुट्टी देते हो तो हम जाते हैं। एक बंदा हमारे साथ होता है, वो हमारा
so if we go
झूला में बैसे नहीं,
on
वो हमारा सामान बेचारा
on the ride, then he will not participate because he feels dizzy. But we don't leave any ride, whether it's straight or opposite. So like Radha and Krishna sit together. When this swing goes backward, then your feet go down, and when you move forward, then the feet also move forward. So when the swing is coming forward, then the feet come in front. So the eternal associates of Raja, the cowherd girls, when they come and when they see these two sets of lotus feet of Lord and Srimati Radharani, then they become ecstatic. So Krishna has two prime things, that is, first his Adramrit and Charnamrit. So Adramrit is the nectar of his lips, and Charnamrit is the nectar of his lotus feet. So one is at the top and the other is in the feet. So these two are prime or very important. Do you all drink milk? So I drink milk every night with saffron and dry fruits, etc. I'm speaking this that I am coming, so be prepared. So the next katha is in Washington DC. So we will be visiting the devotees there. So this is my daily experience, that when you put saffron and dry fruits and if you drink that milk, then there are two things, that kesar or saffron always floats and the dry fruits always settle down. And milk is in between.
माल या तो ऊपर है या तो नीचे है.
So whatever is valuable is either in the top or in the below. Similarly, the Lord Krishna's two important things are one in the bottom on his feet and the other is on the top in his mouth.
ठीक उसी प्रकार जैसे दूध में केसर ऊपर, ड्राई फ्रूट नीचे, मुख्य चीज ऊपर और नीचे होती है, वैसे भगवान श्री कृष्ण में दो चीज मुख्य.
So in Lord Shri Krishna, two things are important. That is Adramrit, that is the nectar of his lips, and Charnamrit, that is the nectar of his lotus feet. But if we look in the philosophical part, what is main in, if we have to select between these two, then it will be considered that the Charnamrit or the nectar of his lotus feet is for, because our ideal is the gopis or the cowherd girls of Raja, and they all have desired to have the lotus feet of the Lord, not the nectar of his lips. And the reason behind it is that from Charnamrit or the nectar of lotus feet, you will get the nectar of his lips. Through Charnamrit, you will get the Adharamrit as well. So I'm speaking about the glories of the lotus feet of Radha Rani and Lord Shri Krishna. So in bhakti, we serve the what? Whom do we serve? We serve his lotus feet. So his lotus feet are very, very benevolent or glorious. So if I tell you something practical, so now Janmashtami is round the corner. We will perform Abhishek. You also will be doing it. I think that you might not have marked it. When the Lord's Abhishek is done, so when it is completed, the whatever water is there, what do we call it?
चरणामृत
So it is referred to as Charnamrit.
कहते हैं ना चरणामृत चलो वाह इसको क्या हमने जब ठाकुर जी का अभिषेक किया
So when we venerated the Lord, so did we venerated only his feet?
तो माथे का भी हुआ ना
We did it for his forehead.
बोलना चाहिए
So we can say Mastak Amrit, his hands were also washed. So it can be said about. So we don't say all these, but we only address as Charnamrit. You might have done it many, many times, but have you ever thought about it? So it's only my job to contemplate. You don't want to do anything. So you tell me, how many times have you done the Abhishek? That falls on the eyes of the Lord as well. We can call it Nano Amrit. So it touches all the limbs of the Lord, but we don't call address it with any other limb, but only Charnamrit, that is lotus, the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord. So what does it implies? It implies whatever limb we bathe of the Lord, but till the point we don't bathe his legs, it is not valuable. It's futile. So from all the limbs of the Lord, his feet are the main. And in this Jhulan Yatra, when he is oscillated, then both of their lotus feet are seen, and which is the most pleasurable activity of all. So similarly, we should also focus on the same. So if we take some reference from Skanda Purana and Padma Purana, so Radharani and Krishna has some symbols on their feet. So all the symbols are similar, but some are different. If we join both of them and we contemplate, then so there are almost 24 symbols. The most important are the 5. The first is Vajra. So it can destroy the greatest thing. Similarly, Radha and Krishna's lotus feet, this Vajra can destroy all our material entanglement and engagement, attachment towards them. So Ankush, so there is a sign of this control by which an elephant is controlled. So this, a huge elephant can be controlled by this small Ankush. And when we see or have an audience of the lotus feet of the Lord and Srimati Radharani, then all of our mind gets controlled. Similarly, there is a lotus. So as lotus is never gets affected by swamp that is around it. Similarly, if we see the lotus feet of the Lord, then we will not be affected by this material
ठीक उसी प्रकार
world.
भगवान को झूले पर झुलाएंगे तो कभी
So
कथा में आपकी आंखें बंद नहीं होगी, हैं?
the,
मतलब नींद नहीं
there
आएगी,
is eye. So
भक्ति में उत्साह
when
आएगा,
you
सर्वदा कृष्ण के
see
चरणों
the
में
eye
चित्त
in the
है।
lotus feet of the Lord, then you will never feel
कृष्ण को
sleepy
जब
during
हम
the katha.
झुलाते हैं
Then there is a
हमारे
swastik
जीवन
sign.
में
If
सब
we
कुछ
oscillate
शुभ
the
और
Lord,
सब कुछ मंगल हो जाता है।
then everything will be
सो इस प्रकार
auspicious
से
in our life.
इस झूलन
So in
यात्रा
this
में
manner,
राधा
in this
कृष्ण
Jhulan
को
Yatra,
झुलाने में उनके
by
चरणों का
swinging
दर्शन
or
करने में
oscillated
उनका ये
Radha
लाडला
and Krishna,
प्यारा
and to have
बहुत सुंदर
audience
लीला
with their
संपन्न
lotus
हुई है,
feet is
केवल 2
the
दिन
most
बचे हैं।
pleasurable.
तो हम
So
सब
only
भगवान
a
से
few
आइए
days are left of
एक
this
दिन
Jhulan
और
Yatra.
से झूले
So
पर
let's
झुलाए
come
और
together
आजाद
and swing
हुए
the Lord
ये
together.
सुंदर। अब साल में 3
And
दिन तो मिलता है, ये सब भजन
we
कीर्तन
get
गाने
only
के
two,
लिए,
three
तो खूब
days to
गाइए,
sing this
नाचिए
Bhajan Kirtan.
और ठाकुर जी
So
के झूले
sing
पर
and
झुलाइए और अपनी
oscillate the
कथा
Lord.
सुनिए
And
और
whatever you
ध्यान
have
कीजिए
heard
उनके
so
चरण
far,
कमलों
try
में।
to meditate on the
सो
lotus feet
झूलन
of
यात्रा
both the Lordships.
महोत्सव की झूलन में आज सज धज के युगल सरकार बैठे हैं। झूलन में आज सज धज किशोर जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु जय जय माखन चोर जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, श्री जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी
Hare Krishna.
पधारे हुए
I welcome all the loving devotees of Srimad Bhagavatam, devotees, attendees. I extend my warm welcome and gratitude to the
भागवत कथा रसिक
mellowful senior devotees who have decorated this assembly.
दूर दूर से
I also welcome you all who have joined through all the parts of the world through the medium of Facebook, Govind TV, etc.
कथा का श्रवण करने वाले
That is all the attendees, listeners, devotees,
एवं
and
इस जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव के
on this festivity of Janmashtami,
के
the
मनोरथी
organizer of this second day's katha,
कनाडा निवासी
they are the denizens
श्री
from Canada, Sonal Ben
अंकित
and
कुमार पटेल
Ankit Kumar Patel ji,
अपने दोनों सुपुत्र को भगवत कृपा
so that their
और
both sons
आप
get
सबके
the
आशीर्वाद
mercy
प्राप्त
of the Lord and your blessings.
इस उद्देश्य से
With this motive,
दिन का यह आयोजन
vision in their heart, they have organized this katha,
और दियान,
Rihan and Diyan.
ये दोनों सुपुत्र
So both these
की मंगल कामना
boys'
यह सुंदर
welfare, this
सत्र
katha has been organized with
हुआ।
this intention.
सो इस महामहोत्सव के द्वितीय
So
दिवस में
on the second day of this celebration,
आप सबका हार्दिक
I
स्वागत
welcome you
एवं
all and
सबके चरणों में
please
हमारा
accept
प्रणाम।
our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
राधे श्याम।
Radhe Shyam.
गत सत्र में
So
कृष्ण जन्म
previously,
कथा अंतर्गत
under the
भगवान श्री
heading
कृष्ण
of
कथा की
the
महिमा
birth of Krishna's
महाराज
birth,
परीक्षित के
the
श्रीमुख से हम सबने
glories of
श्रवण
this,
किए।
the pastimes of
आज
the Lord have been
महाराज
sung by Parikshit
परीक्षित की
Maharaj that we
जिज्ञासा,
discussed. And today,
कौन सी जिज्ञासा?
the inquisitiveness of
कृष्ण
Parikshit
कथा
Maharaj.
विषयक
And what was that?
महाराज
To listen
परीक्षित
about the
की
pastimes
जिज्ञासा
of Lord Shri
हम सब
Krishna.
श्रवण करेंगे।
So we are all going to
गत
listen to the
सत्र में
same.
हरीश्वरी जी ने एक बहुत
So
सुंदर बात कही
previously, Harishwari ji has said
कि
a
इस दुनिया
beautiful
में
thing that in this
जो
world,
भक्तों को अच्छा लगता है
whatever the
वो
devotees
भोगियों को
of
अच्छा
the Lord
नहीं लगता,
likes is not liked
और जो
by
भोगियों को
the
अच्छा
materialist.
लगता है
And whatever the
वो भक्त
materialist
को अच्छा नहीं
likes,
लगता।
that is not
ये दोनों 36
liked,
का आंकड़ा है।
is not liked by the
श्रीमद्
devotees.
भगवत
So
गीता में
they are
श्री कृष्ण
always
कहते
in
हैं
opposition. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions
कि
this,
अर्जुन
that, O Arjuna,
या निशा सर्वभूतानाम
ya Nishana
तस्याम
Sarva Bhutanam
जागृति संयम।
Tasya Jagrita.
जब भोगियों का दिन होता है
When it's the day
तो
of the
साधुओं की रात होती
materialist,
है,
for the
और
devotees it is the
साधुओं का
night.
जब दिन होता है तब
And when
साधुओं
it
की
is
रात होती
day
है।
for
दोनों 36 के
the
आंकड़े हैं।
sage or a saint, it is the night for the materialist.
सो
So
जो
they are
भोगियों को अच्छा
always
लगता
in
वो भक्तों
opposition
को
to each
अच्छा
other.
नहीं लगता,
So
भक्तों को
whatever
अच्छा
is
लगता वो
liked
भोगियों को अच्छा नहीं लगता।
by
लेकिन
the devotee is
कृष्ण
not liked
कथा
by the materialist and
एक
vice versa.
ऐसी चीज
But
है
the pastimes of
जो
the Lord
भोगियों को भी
Shri
अच्छी
Krishna
लगती
is
है
something
और
that
भक्त को भी
is
अच्छी लगती है।
liked by both,
इसका
that is the
कारण
devotee and materialist alike. And the
नारायणीयते
reason behind
कल्याणी
that is,
प्रभाभूत। इसका कारण यही है
the
कि
reason being
नारायण
that
भगवान
Lord
श्री कृष्ण
Narayan
का चरित्र ही कुछ ऐसा है
or the pastimes of Lord Shri
जो
Krishna
सभी
are
प्रकार की
thus
प्रकृतियों के लोगों के लिए
which can engage
आनंद प्रदान करता है,
all the
सुख
type
प्रदान
of
करता है।
people, and it provides bliss and happiness to all types of people.
सो महाराज परीक्षित निवेदन
So
किए
King Parikshit
कि
requested
कृष्ण कथा की बड़ी महिमा है,
that there are so many
कृष्ण कथा।
glories of the pastimes of the Lord.
आज महाराज परीक्षित कहते हैं कि मैं
So
कृष्ण
today
कथा
King
इसलिए
Parikshit
सुनना
said,
चाहता हूँ
I want to listen to the pastimes of
क्योंकि
Lord
कृष्ण
Shri
की मुझ
Krishna
पर, मेरे परिवार
because
पर बहुत बड़ी
he
कृपा है।
had been very, very merciful on me and
बहुत
my
बड़ी कृपा है
family.
भगवान श्री कृष्ण की।
We got the utmost mercy of
महाराज
the Lord
परीक्षित वो याद
Shri
कराते
Krishna,
हैं
the Supreme Personality of
कृष्ण ने
Godhead.
कैसे कृपा
So
की।
Parikshit Maharaj reminds that how Krishna was so
तो श्रीमद्
merciful
भागवत
on
के
him
दशम
and his
स्कंद
family. So in the
परीक्षित
10th canto,
प्रथम अध्याय के 5वें
first
श्लोक में कहते
chapter,
हैं
the 5th verse, King Parikshit speaks thus.
पिता महा में समरे मरंजये देवव्रतायादिरथे तिमिंगले दुरत्ययं को रवसैन्यसागरम् कृत्वा तरन्वत्सपदं स्मयत्प्लवा। महाराज परीक्षित कहते हैं कि मैं
So King
कृष्ण
Parikshit says,
चाहता हूँ
I want to listen to the
और कृष्ण
pastimes
कथा
of Lord
इसलिए
Shri
सुनना
Krishna.
चाहता हूँ
And
क्योंकि
why do
कृष्ण की
I want to listen the
मेरे
same?
परिवार पर बहुत बड़ी
Because
कृपा है।
he has been very, very kind
कृष्ण
and
कहता
merciful
है
on my
पितामह
family.
में यानी
Maha,
मेरे
may.
पितामह।
May means mine.
महाराज परीक्षित के
Pitama.
पिता कौन?
So who is the father of King Parikshit?
महाराज परीक्षित के पिता कौन? अभिमन्यु।
So the father
और
of
उनके
Parikshit
पिता
Maharaj
कौन?
is Abhimanyu. And who's the father of
पांडव।
Abhimanyu?
ओके।
Is the
सो महाराज
Arjuna or
परीक्षित के
Pandavas.
पिता अभिमन्यु और उसके पिता
So
पांडव, तो
So the
मतलब
Pandavas are
मेरा पिता
his
पितामह,
grandfather. It is the father
अच्छा
of the
मेरा
father, that is
पितामह,
grandfather. So
मेरे
मैं
पितामह मतलब
Pitamaha.
पिता तो, लेकिन मेरे पिता के पिता है पांडव।
So my
सो
grandfathers are the
पितामह मतलब
Pandavas.
मेरे पितामह हमारे पांडव समरे, समरे माने युद्धे,
Samre means
हमारे
Yudh.
पांडवों के जीवन में हमारे परिवार में एक
So
ऐसा मोड़
during
आया
their
कि
lifetime,
उनको
there was a
युद्ध करना
situation
पड़ा
when they had to fight,
और अपने ही जनों के साथ,
and that
अपने ही
too
बंधु बांधवों के
amongst
साथ
with
युद्ध
their
करना पड़ा।
family and family members. They
और
had
उस
to
युद्ध
fight.
में
And in
समरे,
that
उस
battle,
युद्ध में विपक्ष में कौन
Samare,
खड़े थे?
who was in their opposition?
अमरंजय, समरे
Amaranjaya.
अमरंजय, अमर माने देवता
Amar means
और जय माने
demigods.
विजय प्राप्त करने
Jaya
वाले,
means the one
देवताओं
who
के
have
ऊपर विजय प्राप्त करने वाले
been.
देवव्रत पितामह भीष्म।
So in opposition
हमारे
was the one
पितामह
who had
माने हमारे
defeated the demigods, that is
पांडवों
Bhishma
के साथ में
Pitama,
खड़े थे।
who was in
सो मेरे
opposition of
पितामह समरे
my
हमारे पांडवों के
grandfathers.
सामने युद्ध में
So
देवताओं
in
के
that
ऊपर विजय प्राप्त
battleground,
करने
a
वाले
battlefield,
देवव्रत पितामह भीष्म
in
खड़े थे।
opposition to my
और
grandfather
पितामह
was
भीष्म कैसे हैं? देवताओं के ऊपर
their
विजय प्राप्त
grandfather
करने
who
वाले
has
और
defeated
केवल
the
प्रताप
demigods, and
दिखाए तिमिंगले।
that is Devavrata, and
पितामह भीष्म के विषय
this
में
is
कहते हैं कि वो
Mingale,
तिमिंगल के समान थे।
Timangale. So it
अभी
is he is addressed as
क्या है?
Timangale. So what exactly is
ऐसा
this word
लिखा है,
Timangale? It is
तिमी
mentioned.
माने मछली।
Timi means
बहुत
a
प्रकार की
fish.
मछली होती है ना,
So there's
शार्क,
so many
व्हेल,
types of
डॉल्फिन।
fishes:
तो
shark,
ऐसे
whale, dolphins.
बड़ी बड़ी मछलियों में एक मछली है तिमी।
So there
और
is
ये
a
तिमी
type of
मछली
fish
बड़े
that
बड़े
is Timi,
महासागरों में पाई जाती है।
and it is found in
अच्छा, ये
great,
तिमी
great
मछली कितनी
oceans.
बड़ी होती है?
So how big
तो
is
लिखा है
this
100
fish?
योजन।
It is mentioned
100
100
योजन लंबी होती
yojanas.
है।
So it
100
is that
योजन
long.
माने 400 कोस,
So that
और
implies
400
400
कोस माने
course,
800
or
माइल।
that is
800
800
माइल माने
miles,
लगभग 1500-2000 किलोमीटर।
or 1500 to 1000
सो
kilometers
1500
long.
किलोमीटर, 100 योजन, 400 कोस, 800 माइल लंबी मछली महासागर में होती
So
है।
this long fish is
और तिमी,
found
ये तो
in
तिमी का
deep,
अर्थ
deep
हुआ,
oceans.
लेकिन यहाँ लिखा है
So this is
तिमिंगले।
this fish,
ऐसी 800
Timi
माइल
and
लंबी
Ingili.
चौड़ी मछली
So
को
this
वो
huge
मछली खाता
800
है।
mile
इतनी
long
लंबी
fish
चौड़ी
that
मछली
can
को
be
एक मछली
eaten
खा जाती है। मतलब
by
तिमिंगल
another
को,
fish.
तिमी को जो अपने गले में अटवा ले, तिमी को
So
गल जाए,
Timi
तिमी
is
को
the
खा
type of
जाए,
fish.
उसे
Gale
तिमिंगल
is
कहते हैं।
who can keep it in her
सो
mouth or eat
इस
it.
कुरुक्षेत्र
In other words,
रणभूमि में,
so
कुरुक्षेत्र
in
के
this
समुद्र में
battlefield of
पितामह भीष्म
Kurukshetra,
तिमिंगल के समान थे।
Bhishma
और ये
Pitama
तिमिंगल
was
मछली
like
बड़ी बड़ी
a
मछलियों को खा जाती
Timangale.
है।
So this
ठीक उसी प्रकार पितामह भीष्म
Timangal
बड़े
fish
बड़े
can
लोगों को मार सकते हैं, हरा सकते हैं।
eat big, big fishes.
लेकिन जिस भगवान श्री
So
कृष्ण की कृपा से
similarly,
तिमिंगल
Devavrat or
अमरंजय,
Bhishma Pitama
देवताओं के
can
ऊपर विजय प्राप्त
defeat
करने वाले पितामह भीष्म को भी
anyone who has
हमारे
defeated the
पांडवों ने
demigods,
हरा दिया।
but he was defeated by
जिस
the
भगवान श्री
Pandavas
कृष्ण की कृपा से
amazingly. By the mercy
उस
of
पितामह
Lord Sri
भीष्म को हरा
Krishna,
दिया।
he
पितामह
was
भीष्म के
defeated.
विषय में वर्णन है
It is
कि
mentioned
राम
in
जी
regards to
एक
Bhishma
दिन में
Pitama
10,000
that in
महारथियों को
one day
मारते थे।
he used to kill
महारथी जानते हैं?
10,000
एक होते हैं
warriors.
रथी, जो
So
रथ पे
one is
बैठते हैं,
Rathi who
और
sit on
दूसरे
the
होते हैं
chariot,
महारथी, जो हाथियों
and
पे
then there
सवार
is
होते हैं।
Maharathi who sit
तो
on the
रथों के ऊपर
elephants.
बैठने वाले महारथी
So
रथ के
the
ऊपर
one
बैठे
who
होते
sits
हैं,
on an elephant is
घोड़े के
Maharathi.
ऊपर बैठने वाले
The one who
सैनिक, और फिर वो जो चल कर जाते हैं ना,
sits
वो
on the chariot is
महाभारत में नहीं, महाभारत, वो 150-200 रुपये वाले नहीं, वो दौड़ दौड़
so,
के आगे जाते हैं,
so
उसकी तो
then
गिनती
there
है।
are a
फिर
few
उसके ऊपर
who
घोड़े वाले होते
walk
हैं, फिर
who
रथ
are
वाले, और फिर
uncounted
हाथी
or
जिसको महारथी
uncounted,
कहते हैं। सो ऐसे
and there are
10,000
few who are on the
महारथियों को
horses.
एक
So
दिन में पितामह भीष्म
10,000
मारते थे।
Maharathi who
मारते
use
थे, फिर उसको
Maharathi, that
कहते थे,
is
गिन
the
ले
one who
दुर्योधन,
sit on the
10,000 से ज्यादा
elephant, he
कोई
used to
नहीं
kill
होगा।
them. And he used to tell Duryodhana that
सो
count,
ऐसे
there
थे
won't be
पितामह
anyone
भीष्म,
less than 10,000.
परम
thus was his courage and bravery. He was a brave heart warrior. And today King Parikshit is saying that such Pitama Bhishma was defeated by the Pandavas only and only by the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna. And not only that, you can see he adds Adi, that is, etc. For so example is Karna. He was the eldest of the Pandavas. He was the son of Mother Kunti. So Karna, Bhurishrava, Dronacharya, Ashwathama, Jayadratha, they were great, great warrior kings in the army of Duryodhana. And if we look towards the strength, then the battle of Kurukshetra could have been finished or concluded in the first day. Pandavas would have been defeated and and Duryodhana would have been victorious if we look through the perspective of the army that he had. But for 18 days they fought and the Pandavas defeated the Kauravas. So King Parikshit admits that how was their armies? Said Durateya Kaurava Sanya Sagaram. The army of the Kauravas was as huge as an ocean, and to defeat them, Durateya, that is, it was almost impossible. But such ocean-like army of Duryodhana was defeated easily or crossed by the Pandavas as by the footprints of the cow in the rainy season develops some footprints of space which is crossed by children easily. So it was like an army so huge. So that ocean of his army was crossed easily by Pandavas as if a child crosses the hole created by the paws of the cow. So they got victorious, they became victorious. Otherwise, there were no expectation that they will be victorious, but only by the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna, they not only became victorious, they were alive. So, oh Shukdev Goswami, please speak about the same Lord. And not only that, the Krishna who had taken care of the chariot of Arjuna as his own.
धृतहयरश्मिनि तच्छिये शणिये भगवतिरतिरस्तुमेर्मुमूर्षो यमिह निरीशहता गता स्वरूपम् विजय रथ कुटुंब
Vijay Rathe Kutumb Atatotre. Lord Shri Krishna used to take care of the chariot of Arjuna as his own family member. How is his chariot of Arjuna? It's like my family. Said that implies as a person takes care of his family, and no matter what is right and wrong, he protects and take care of his familial responsibility. Similarly, Krishna, by hook or by crook, took care of the chariot of Arjuna and made him victorious. So today, King Parikshit is saying that he had been the most merciful on my family, and not only that, and he had been very, very merciful on me as well. So, and while saying this, Parikshit Maharaj was overwhelmed and his eyes were filled with tears of gratitude. He said with an overwhelming, shriveling voice that I am sitting in front of you. This body is the gift of Lord Shri Krishna. Had Krishna not been there, I would have died instantly. How?
स्तविप्लुष्टमिदं मदङ्गम् सन्तानबीजं कुरु पाण्डवानां जुगोपकुक्षिं गत आतचक्रो मातुश्च मे यः शरणं गतायाम्। द्रोणाचार्य के पुत्र
So the son of Dronacharya, that is Ashwathama, had attacked with the Brahma Astra. And what was his intent while doing the same? That in the womb of Uttara, there is the last seed. By 5 arrows, I will not only kill Pandavas, but the one who is going to increase their generation or maintain their generation or name, that is the seed in the womb of Mother Uttara, should be destroyed as well. So he attacked the Pandavas with the Brahmastra, and he attacked the womb of Mother Uttara as well with this Brahmastra. So Drona means the son of Dronacharya, that is Ashwathama. Astra means the weapon. Mad Angam is referring towards his own body. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, he touches his own body with his finger, referring to his own body to Shukdev Goswami. He said that my body was almost destroyed by the son of Dronacharya Ashwathama, thinking that I am the last surviving child, so I was almost killed. But great is Lord Shri Krishna, who Jugopakukshim gata at chakro matishchama ye sharanam gata. My mother Uttara, what she did was she only went and took the shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, and that Lord Shri Krishna took a subtle form and entered the womb of my mother, and he took his four-armed form and he destroyed the Brahmastra of Ashwathama. Brahmastra, which cannot be reversed, which cannot be destroyed. If a person is attacked by that, then it is definite that the person will die. But the Lord gave me a second lease of life. I was revived, saved from this weapon. So Krishna could have done that without entering the womb from outside, but he took his four-armed form and entered the womb, and he was protecting, and he was showing that I am very, very enthusiastic, zealous to serve or protect my devotees. So not only he protected me, but to give me an audience, he entered my mother's womb. So I want to listen to the pastimes of the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Jugopakukshim. So my mother womb, in my mother's womb, I was protected. So people say that if you do devotion, then you will be protected. So people say the Lord will protect you, but for that at least you have to get a birth. But I was in the womb of my mother. I haven't performed any devotional service. I haven't done anything yet. By his causeless mercy, he protected me and he gave me a second lease of life. So at that time, I didn't perform any devotional service, but now I can do that. That is why I want to listen to the pastimes of the Lord. Harishuri ji has spoken a beautiful point here. He says,
यत कृपात नलसा समय गति ही। बहुत सुंदर बात हरीशुरी जी यहाँ पर कर गए।
Harishuri ji says, Santu, that is definitely Nama Bhuvaneshu Devata. In this material world, there are innumerous demigods. There are 33 crores of demigods. So there are innumerous demigods in this world. And for them, if you perform great austerity, yet Dura Darshana, still you cannot have an audience with them easily. So if we go to Amarnath or Vaishnavi, etc., so we go from so far places, but we don't get a direct audience. So Harishuri ji says, in revealing the mellows of Parikshit Maharaj, he says that there are innumerous demigods. And even if you perform great austerity, yet it is hard to have an audience with them. But imagine, contemplate a little. The child in the womb of Mother Uttara, what austerity had he performed? This child Parikshit has what devotional service has he performed or austerity he had performed? Yet Krishna protected him. On one hand, even if you perform great severe austerity for demigods, yet so Kans performed austerity for Mother Goddess, but she didn't save him. Ravana performed austerity for Lord Shiva, but he was not protected. He was killed eventually. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu was killed, although he has performed austerity for Lord Brahma. So, although Parikshit Maharaj has done nothing, yet he was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. So, he gives the conclusion in the fourth line. He says, Yat kripa tvanalasa same gati. So, Krishna is the one who has the causeless mercy towards everyone, and I should be always focused on him. I don't want to listen about anyone else except the same Lord who has this causeless benevolence and mercy. Without any reason, he protected me in the womb of my mother. So in this manner, King Parikshit's beautiful mellow, that not only they protected my family, but he also protected me. So please share the pastimes of such Lord. Then there are interpretations by the scholarly acharyas. They say that why did Lord Shri Krishna protected King Parikshit Maharaj? The Lord said that although he hasn't done anything yet, but in future this Parikshit will make the Bhagavatam appear in this world in future. Through this Parikshit, this Srimad Bhagavatam will be recited. Therefore, the Lord protected him. So what does we infer from that? If you have taken over that we will read Bhagavatam, we will organize the Bhagavatam, then the law, it will be responsibility of the law to protect you. Because he was the one who was about to bring Srimad Bhagavatam to the world. That is why he was protected by the Lord. And if we organize Bhagavatam, then our protection is the responsibility of the Lord. So let me give you one more point to contemplate. When King Parikshit was born, who protected the Lord? Who protected Parikshit Maharaj? That is the Lord. And here Parikshit Maharaj himself has accepted this fact that Dronacharya's son had attacked him with a Brahmastra, but Krishna protected him. So now when he was born, he was protected by the Lord. When he was cursed by Shringi Rishi, son, then he should have gone to the shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, because he has already experienced that he was given the second lease of life by Krishna. So he should take the shelter of Lord Shri Krishna. But King Parikshit doesn't took the shelter of the Lord, but he took the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Although the Lord has already protected him and given him an audience as well, so he already has an experience, yet he didn't took the shelter of the Lord. When he got this curse, he took the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. The reason being, because King Parikshit had understood that there is something even better than the Lord, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So the pastimes of the Lord are even more potent than the Lord, and the proof of the same itself is Parikshit Maharaj. When Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb of Mother Uttara, then he got the mercy of the Lord, and by that, what did he got? In the womb of Mother Uttara, Krishna's mercy was given to Parikshit Maharaj. What did he got? He got an opportunity to take birth in this material world, what we are already doing. But when Parikshit Maharaj took the shelter of Bhagavatam, and by the mercy of Bhagavatam, what did he got? He got the eternal abode of the Lord. So by the mercy of the Lord, we can get the world. But by the mercy of Bhagavatam, we can get the eternal abode of the Lord. So whose mercy is greater? So in this regards, if we see, then Bhagavatam is even far more merciful than the Lord himself. Therefore, O Shukdev Goswami, please tell me the pastimes of the Lord. Then Shukdev Goswami asked a question from Parikshit Maharaj, and he said, "Oh Parikshit, I agree that Krishna has protected you and your family. So he had protected your family and you. Then you should listen to his pastime. Why, Amrit Charcha, people have to wake up whole night to listen to the katha? So you were protected and your family was protected. Then why others should listen? You should listen. No worries. But why others should listen? Then if he was asked the same, then Parikshit Maharaj replies in the next verse,
वीर्याणि तस्या खिल देह भाजा अंतर बहिर्पुरुष काल रूपे प्रयच्छतो मृत्युमृतामृतं च माया मनुष्यस्य वद स्वविद्वन्। रक्षा तुम्हारी हुई, हम लोग क्यों कथा सुने?
So you were protected. Why should we listen to your pastime? So the reply from Parikshit Maharaj is thus. He says, Viryani tasya Krishnasya, that virya is the courage of the Lord. So the pastimes of the bravery of that Lord, Vadanam, that is, speak, O Shukdev Maharaj, please speak. He not only protected me or just my family, but he protected Akhil Deha Bhaja. So he is the protector of all the living entities. He resides in the heart of every living entity in the form of Paramatma or the spirit soul, the supreme soul. So he gives the life to every living entity. That is why Akhil Deha Bhaja. So the Lord resides in the heart of everyone. And if we want to look towards the Lord, if we want to love the Supreme Soul in our heart, and if we want to serve Him, then He can provide us nectar. He can relieve us from this entanglement of repeated birth and death. But the Lord who gives us everything, if we ignore Him or think that He's an outsider, then He will appear as death personified. So if we have this attitude to serve Him, then He will appear as so the Lord is one. If you perform devotional service, then He will appear as Shyam Sundar playing on his flute and He will love you. But if you don't perform devotional service towards Him, then that same Lord will appear as death personified. And when He appears to a devotee who performs devotional service, He comes as nectarian. But for those who don't worship Him, venerate Him, then He appears to be the death personified. Prayachato, that is, He provides and He gives what? Mrityu. He gives death and Amritam cha. He also gives nectar at the same time. So the Lord is one, yet for the devotee He gives love and nectar, but those who are materialists who don't perform devotional service are given death. In the assembly of Janakpur, when Vishwamitra came with Lord Sri Ram, then Goswamiji announces,
Raj Samaj Virajat उडगन महू जनु जगु विधुपुरे जिनके रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन देखी तैसी। जब महर्षि विश्वामित्र राम जी को
When
लक्ष्मण को लेकर
Maharshi Vishwamitra came with Ram and Lakshman in the assembly of Janak Maharaj, so whoever had whatever intent or mellow, and they saw the same form in the Lord. So all the brave kings, one, they saw him, they saw that courage personified is approaching them. Whoever were deceitful, they saw Lord Ram as death. All the demons who were there, they used to see him as death personified. All the inhabitants of Janakpur saw him as the greatest human being. And the women in this assembly saw Ramji as love personified, a conjugal love personified. And the family members of Janakji saw him as their family member. And Janakji and his wife saw him as his son. Yogis saw him as the Supreme Soul. And Sita Ji saw in what form that only Sita Ji knows or Lord Sri Ram knows. But everybody saw different form in the Lord. According to their mellow, this had the audience with the Lord. So King Parikshit says, the same Lord gives death as well as the nectar at the same time. So such glorious Lord, such Lord through his external potency, Maya Devi, has taken the form of a human. So, Maya Manushyasya. So, he is not the human, but by his material or external energy, he has taken this human form. And I want to listen to the pastimes of such Lord Shri Krishna. Vadasva means please speak. He says that the pastimes of Krishna are really amazing. Why? Because the Lord, whose body is divine and transcendental, who relieves people of this material existence, whose name is infallible, who is always situated in everyone's heart in the form of the Supreme Soul, who is present in this world as death personified and destroys each and every body. Such Lord, human body, to accept that the Lord has a human body, it amazes me, astonishes me. So therefore, O merciful, benevolent Shukdev Goswami, please speak the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. So if Shukdev Goswami says that his pastimes are innumerous, and what exactly you want to listen in the past from the pastimes of the Lord? Then King Parikshit replies, he is giving the special request that he has. He says, first and foremost, please let me know Rohanaya stane prokto Rama sankarshanastvaya Devakaya garbha sambandha kuto dehantaram pina. So you said Tvaya.
आपने कहा
You said Balaram ji is the son of
और
Mother
फिर ये
Rohini,
भी कहा कि बलराम
but
जी
you
कभी
also
देवकी माता के
at the
गर्भ
same
में भी
time
था।
that he was in
तो
the
एक
womb of
बाप
Mother Devaki as well. So a
गौ
single
माता के
child,
गर्भ में कैसे हो सकता है?
how can he be in
हैं?
the womb of two mothers at the same
सो
time?
रोहिणा तनय राम संकर्षणत्वया देवक्या गर्भ संबंध कुतो देहांतर विना। कृष्ण के विषय में पूछने से पहले बलराम के
So before
गुरु के लिए पहले,
Krishna,
बाद में
he is
राम।
asking about
तो पहले
Balram ji,
बलराम
that
जी
is
के
the
विषय
Guru
में
Tattva.
बताइए।
So
और
please tell
आगे
us
कहते
about
हैं और क्या
Balram
जानना
ji
चाहते हो?
and
तो
what more
परीक्षित
he
जी
wants to
पूछता
know.
है।
This is the
परीक्षित
inquisitiveness of
महाराज कृष्ण
Parikshit
कहते
Maharaj.
हैं
He
और क्या?
says,
पहले तो बलराम जी के विषय में क्लियर करो कि
first,
एक बालक दो
please
माताओं के
clarify
गर्भ में
how he can be in the womb of two
और
mothers.
दूसरा कस्मान
And
मुकुंद
then,
भगवान
Kasma
पितृगृहात ब्रजम गतः
Mukund Bhagwan
ये
Pitru
कौन है
Grihad Brajam
मुकुंद?
Gataha.
ये कृष्ण
This Lord
काल
Mukunda,
के कारागार में
Krishna,
जन्म लिए
took
और
birth
जन्म
in the
लेकर
prison
तुरंत
house of
ब्रजम गतः
Kansa and
अर्थात
immediately he
ब्रज में
left
ही
for
चले गए
Vraja. Why?
हैं? अपने माँ बाप को छोड़कर कृष्ण जन्म
Why he
लेकर
left
ब्रज में
his
क्यों चले गए?
family and why he
मानो
went
सुखदेव जी ने इशारे
to
में कहा
Vraja.
डर गए
So
होंगे
if
तो कंस
Shukdev
की
ji
स्त्री से
says that
भयभीत हो गए
he might have
तो भाग
been
गए।
scared of
तो
Kansa's
परीक्षित महाराज
cruelty and
एक्सप्लेन
violence,
करते हैं मुकुंद,
when Parikshit Maharaj
अरे वो
gives a
किसी से डरने
clarification,
वाले थोड़ी होते
Mukund,
हैं,
that
मुकुंद
is he
मुकुंद
is
माने जो
never
दूसरों
scared
को
of anyone,
मुक्ति देते हैं,
who
मुक्त
gives
जगाने वाले हैं
liberation to
मुकुंद,
others,
जो
who gives
दूसरों को
mukti
मुक्ति
is
देने में
Mukund.
समर्थ है।
So he is capable
तो
of
उनके
giving
विषय में
liberation to
पूछा
others.
नहीं जा सकता।
So he cannot be scared of anyone.
सो भगवान ब्रजम गतः कस्मात, क्यों ब्रज में गए?
So why
और
did
फिर
he
ब्रज में
left for
क्व
Vraja and
वासम
then
ज्ञाति भी सार्धम कृतवान
Kvavasam Kyati Bhi
सात्वताम पति।
Sardham Kritvan
और वह भगवान
Satati. And the same
सात्वताम पति
Lord,
कृष्ण के विषय में कहते हैं जो
Satvatam
सात्वतों
Pati.
के पति, सात्वत माने भक्तों के
Satva
पालनहार,
means the protector
अर्थात
of the
यादवों के
devotees
पालनहार। क्व
or
वासम,
the protector
उस ब्रज में
of the
रहकर
Yadavas.
कृष्ण ने क्या
By,
किया?
by living in
ये
Vraja,
क्लियर
what did
करके
Lord Shri
बताइए।
Krishna do? Please do
इस
share.
प्रश्न को और आगे कहते हैं
So he
ब्रज में
elaborates it
वसन किम
further. He says,
अकरोत,
Vraje
ब्रज
Vasan
में
Kim
रहकर क्या किया?
Karon.
और केवल
So
ब्रज में
what
ही
did
नहीं,
he do in Vraja
मधुपुरियाम च केशव,
and
उस केशव कृष्ण
Madhupuryamucha
ने
Keshava?
मथुरा में रहकर क्या किया?
And while he was in Mathura, what did he do?
ब्रज में रहकर क्या क्या किया?
So what were his activities in Vraja
केशव,
and
मधुपुरी माने मथुरा
in
में रहकर क्या
Madhupuri,
किया?
that is
केशव, कृष्ण को केशव
Mathura,
कहते हैं।
and he refers to Krishna as
केशव का
Keshava.
संधि विच्छेद यदि हम करें
So
तो
if we
तीन
break
शब्द
this
होते हैं,
word
क,
Keshava, then there are
ईश
keywords
और
Ka,
व।
Sh, and Va.
क माने ब्रह्मा,
Ka means
श
Lord
माने शिव
Brahma,
जी
Ish
और
means
व माने वश
Lord
में रखने
Shiva,
वाले।
and Va is the
ब्रह्मा और
controller.
शिव जी को अपने
So
वश में
the
रखता है,
controller of
इसलिए
Brahma
कृष्ण
and
को केशव कहते हैं।
Shiva, that is why he is
तो
referred
फिर
to
ब्रह्मा
as
और शिव जी को
Keshava.
वश में कैसे रखते हैं? आजकल
So
देखो
how does he
तरह तरह के
controls
तर्क
Brahma and
होते
Shivji?
हैं,
By
उनके
their
पद और
by
उनकी
his fear
पोजीशन से।
or because of his position? No,
अपना प्रेम देकर
by giving his
ब्रह्मा और
love
शिव जी
to
को
them,
अपना प्रेम देकर अपने वश में रखते हैं,
he
इसलिए
controls.
कृष्ण को केशव कहते
Therefore,
हैं।
he is referred to as
सो
Keshav.
ऐसे केशव ब्रज
So
में
such
रहकर क्या
Keshav,
किए और
what
मथुरा
did
में
he do
रहकर
when
क्या
he
किया?
was in Vraj
और
and
भ्रातरम
Mathurapuri?
चावधित कंसम
And Bhrataram Chavadit
वस्त्रापहरणम कृतम।
Kansam.
मुझे एक बात समझ में नहीं आ रही
I
है,
don't understand one thing,
भगवान ने अपने माता
that
के भाई अपने मामा को क्यों मार दिया?
why did he kill his maternal
किसी भी
uncle,
बच्चे का अपने
the
मामा के प्रति कितना प्रेम होता है?
the
ये मामा भांजे का प्रेम कितना
brother of
विशेष है।
his own mother?
माँ के
So there
प्रति
is a
मामा
very
का प्रेम और
dear,
माँ डबल माँ का प्रेम।
endearing relationship between a
मामा को
nephew and his paternal uncle, because this
मामा
word
कितने सारे
has
भांजों को मार चुका था,
mother twice,
ये
but
बताएंगे
this
आगे।
maternal uncle has killed so many
कंस
of
को
his nephews, which Shukdev Goswami will reveal further later,
कंस को निर्वंश कर दिया, क्यों?
and he
तो इस प्रकार
destroyed the whole
भगवान
clan
अपनी
of
जिज्ञासा
Kansa. Why?
करते हैं।
So these are the
वैसे भगवान
questions or
11.5 वर्ष तक
inquisitiveness of
11.5 वर्ष तक रहे,
Prahlad Maharaj. So
तो
Krishna stayed
11.5 वर्ष तक
in
रोज
Vraja for
सोते
11
वक्त
and a half
क्या
years.
करते थे, डिटेल
And what he used to do, please tell me in detail.
रोज की दिनचर्या
What
घटनाक्रम
was his daily
फिर श्री
activities and
मथुरा में
schedule?
18
Please
वर्ष
let
तक
us know.
रहे
So
18
then
years
afterwards he
मथुरा में
stayed
रहे।
in Mathura for
सो
18
मथुरा में
years.
रहकर क्या किया?
So while he was in Mathura, what
100
did he
साल
do?
द्वारिका
And
में
then
रहे।
for 100 years he resided
सो
in
द्वारिका में
Dwarika.
रहकर अब द्वारिका का प्रश्न पूछ रहे हैं।
So now he's asking about the
कितनी
question
सुंदर
about
पंक्ति है।
Dwarika.
देहम मानुष्यमाश्रित्य कति वर्षाणि वृष्णिभिः। ये मनुष्य शरीर धारण करके
He says,
भगवान
by
श्री
taking
कृष्ण
this human
धरती
body,
पर कितने वर्ष तक रहे।
for how many days he
और
resided on this
यदुपुरिया
earth.
सहवासित यदुपुरी में यादवों के साथ कितने वर्ष
Yadupuriya
तक रहे। बोले हाँ
Sahavatsit,
मैंने सुना है
that is
पत्नी बहुत थी इनकी।
how many
पत्नी
years
तो
he
बहुत
resided
थी
with
आपका भवन
the
प्रभु।
Duvanchis, and
हे
he had
प्रभु
numerous
इनकी
wives.
पत्नी कितनी थी?
And how many wives he had.
और यदि बहुत सारी पत्नी थी तो बहुत सारी
And
क्यों?
if he had so many wives, then why he
मानो
married
मानो मानो सुखदेव
married so
गोस्वामी
many
कहते हैं
women?
कुछ डाउट
So if
रहता है।
Shukdev Goswami says
बोले
that, do
कोई
you have a
प्रॉब्लम है
doubt
उसको इतनी पत्नी है तो जैसे हम लोगों
that
को होता है।
he had,
नहीं नहीं नहीं
you have a
परीक्षित
problem, he has
महाराज
so many
बिल्कुल
wives?
विनम्र
Parikshit
होकर बोले
Maharaj
नहीं नहीं
says
नहीं
with
मुझे
all
डाउट नहीं है।
humility, I don't have any
इसलिए
doubt.
इसलिए इस श्लोक का अंतिम शब्द कौन सा है?
Therefore, the
अंतिम
last
शब्द
word
कौन सा
in
है? पढ़ो
this
आप।
verse is
प्रभो।
Prabho.
परीक्षित प्रश्न पूछ रहे हैं तो बिल्कुल होश
Parikshit
खराश में
is
प्रभो
asking this
कृष्ण तो
question
प्रभु
with
है।
whole
कृष्ण परम
humility, and he
भगवान तो
understands that
सर्वथा
the
करोति
Lord is
समर्थो तो
Prabhu.
सर्व समर्थ
That
है।
is,
सो
he
मैं
can do
मानता हूँ
anything
कृष्ण सर्व समर्थ है। 16
that is
अध्याय
even
में
impossible. So he says that
16,000
he's
विवाह कर
capable.
सकते हैं।
He can
लेकिन
not
मेरी
only marry
आपसे
16,000
जिज्ञासा ये
but
है
16 crore.
कि
But
स्वयं
my
वरा
in
से
question
विवाह
is that
कैसे हुआ?
how
किस
did he got
सिचुएशन
married
में
with
हुआ?
16,000 women, and in
यादवों
which
के साथ क्या
situation?
प्रेम था, कैसे था, मैं ये जानना
How
चाहता
was
हूँ।
his relationship? That is what I want to know.
सो इस प्रकार से महाराज
So in this
परीक्षित
manner,
भगवान श्री कृष्ण के विषय में
King Parikshit
जिज्ञासा करते हैं।
asks queries
और
about
इतने
Lord Shri
कहने के
Krishna,
बाद महाराज
and
परीक्षित
after
कहते हैं
saying this,
क्षमा
King
कीजिएगा
Parikshit
प्रभु,
adds, please forgive
सच कहूं
me.
तो मुझे जिज्ञासा करने को ही नहीं आता
Honestly,
है।
I
मुझे
don't know
जानना
how
कुछ
to
नहीं
ask
आता
a
है।
question.
इसलिए मैंने आपको कृष्ण के विषय
Therefore,
में जो पूछा है वो तो
whatever I
बताना
have
है,
asked
और मैंने
you,
जो
you should
नहीं
tell
पूछा
the
है
same.
वो भी
But
बताना है।
whatever I have not asked,
क्योंकि
that
आप मुझे
also
कह रहे हो
please
कि
do
कृष्ण
share
के
with
बारे
us.
में क्या जानना
This-
चाहते हो?
Because you
तो
said
मैं
you
आपको
want
क्या
to
बताऊं कि
know
मैं
what
क्या
I
जानना
want
चाहता
to
हूं, क्योंकि मैं तो
listen about
पूछना ही
Krishna.
नहीं जानता हूं।
So, because how can
फिर
I tell?
कैसे
Because I
कृष्ण
don't
भक्ति
even know how
मार्ग
to
को
ask. This is what we should
हम
tell
तो
our
वैज्ञानिक
spiritual
पंडित
masters.
बनकर फिरते हैं।
We
धन्य है परीक्षित।
pretend
मुझे
to be
सनातन
wise
गोस्वामी
and
याद आ गया,
knowledgeable,
जानते हैं?
and I
सनातन
get
गोस्वामी और
reminded of
चैतन्य
Sanatan
महाप्रभु का
Goswami.
मिलन हुआ।
Parikshit
यद्यपि सनातन
Maharaj
गोस्वामी बड़े
is
प्रकांड
so
पंडित
humble,
थे, बड़े
and
विद्वान थे,
Sanatan Goswami was also a
लेकिन
great
परीक्षित का भाव
expert and
सनातन
scholar.
गोस्वामी में
But
प्रकट हुआ।
the
क्या
intent
कहते
or
हैं
emotion
सनातन
of Parikshit
गोस्वामी
Maharaj can be seen in Sanatan
चैतन्य
Goswami.
महाप्रभु से?
What does he says when he meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
नीच जाति नीच संगी हे पतिताय धम कुविषय कूपे पड़ी गवायीनु जनमा आपना रहिता हित किछुई न जानी ग्राम्य व्यवहारे पंडित एहि सत्य मानी। हे चैतन्य महाप्रभु,
Oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
नीच जाति, मैं
Neech
नीच जाति
Jati.
का हूँ,
I am from
नीच
a
संगी,
lowly
मेरा एसोसिएशन भी कोई
class
बहुत
of
खास
people,
नहीं है।
and I don't even
पतित
have a
अधम,
good association.
मैं पतित
Patit
पतिताधम,
Adham, I am the
कुविषय
most
कूपे पड़ी, मैं विषय भोगों में
pitiable,
कुएं में गिरा
destitute.
हुआ हूँ। मैंने तो मेरा जन्म गवा दिया।
I have spoiled
और
my
सच
whole
कहूँ
life.
आप नार हिता हित
I
किछुई न
am
जानी।
engrossed in this material
ये
existence.
किस प्रश्न का उत्तर है जानते हैं? चैतन्य
And what is
महाप्रभु
the
ने
reply
कहा
of this
सनातन
question? of the question, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sanatan Goswami that how are you? And he just said, how are you? We can speak for hours on the same. That we do this and that, we know this and that, we chant this much. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just asked, when he met for the first time, he said, how are you? Then Sanatan Goswami replies, in deep honesty, if I say, I cannot tell who am I. I don't even know about whatever is favorable for me or my welfare. But I'm an expert in the material existence, and that is the truth. And further, he adds,
हे जारता पत्र इहा नाही जानी के नेहित होय साध्य साधन तत्व पूछी ते न जानी कृपया करी सर्व तत्व कहत यापनी के आमी मैं
Ke
कौन
Ami, who am I? Kene Amar, Jarata Patrai, why I'm miserable, I'm unaware that who am I, how am I, and why I'm distressed, and what shall be beneficial for me. I don't know. In complete honesty, how will I be well fed? What shall I do? I don't even know how to ask it. How should I ask this? That also I don't know. So please be merciful, O Lord, from your own end, whatever the essence are there, please let me know. Such a beautiful mellow and such a beautiful inquisitiveness. Mahaprabhu was so ecstatic that for whole 1 month continuously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Sanatan Goswami. And when we ask the question, the speaker thinks that I should run. We should not even give him 1 minute. But if you have a great question, that even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the banks of Gangaji in Varanasi for whole 1 month gave the transcendental knowledge of Bhagavatam. So, and the same thing is being spoken by Parikshit Maharaj as well. They said, I have asked you, Etat means whatever I have asked, so you should tell everything about it. Krishna Vicheshtitam. And whatever pastimes are there in regards to Krishna, you should tell me why. Vaktum Harati Sarvagya, O Shukdev Goswami. Because you are expert in speaking, you're an expert orator. So if a person is capable to speak about the pastimes of the Lord, and what is the reason, what are the qualities? So here the qualities of the speaker and the listener are. When we used to listen from Maharaj, then he used to describe this verse that for so many days used to contemplate on the same. When a person says the dialogue, and if you like it, then we keep on repeating the same. So many years back, when Guru Maharaj came on this point and he spoke, I will try. So lastly he said, O Shukdev Goswami, please speak the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna because you are all knowledgeable, and I am the Shraddhalu, that is the one with firm faith. So, this is a quality of an orator, that he is omniscience, omniscient, he knows everything. So, if Shukdev Goswami says that, okay, I'm an omniscient, but why should I share it with you? He replies that I'm the person with faith, deep faith. So therefore you should speak. So the speaker should be omniscient, and the quality of the listener should be that he should have deep faith, firm faith. If you have these two things, then it becomes fruitful. And when Parikshit Maharaj asked us, then Shukdev Goswami agreed. He said that I will speak, but do one thing. Since last 3 days and 3 nights, and today is the fourth day, you have been listening, you haven't slept, nor you have eaten or drunk anything. So you do one thing, you should eat something, you should drink some water, you should rest for a while, then we will speak. Honestly, if I tell you all that the time is up, so we will listen the rest for or everybody will exit instantly. Although we are just sitting from 2 3 hours, but still, this is our qualification and capacity is that much. But Parikshit Maharaj was told that you should take some rest and eat something and drink something. Then Parikshit Maharaj replies, no, that is no. Oh Shukdev Goswami, I don't want to eat anything, I don't want to drink anything. Why? Maharaj Parikshit puts forward his query, and this is how we should ask our question. How is our query? Yeah, Prabhuji, please speak the katha. In 15 minutes, you have to conclude. In 15 days, 15 minutes, you can go home and listen. So, the attachment towards katha should be that I don't want to eat anything, I don't want to drink anything. I am not looking at my watch. So you are capable, and I am a full faith. You are capable, and I am with the firm faith. Asia means hunger. No. So I'm not disturbed by this hunger. And how is this hunger? Ati dusaha. In this world, everybody can tolerate anything, but nobody can tolerate hunger. If we get our food for 10 15 minutes, then we can see the faces. Hunger is very, very hard to. And when a person is hungry, he cannot see anything. So, atyanta dusaha. So, if Parikshit Maharaj says that I'm hungry, so he is a man, so obviously he is hungry. He says that I'm hungry, but it is not disturbing me. He's not giving me any distress. So inwardly his mellow is that, oh Shukdev ji, because of this thirst and hunger, I offended a great sage and I got this curse to die in 7 days. But for that sake of hunger or thirst, I should leave Krishna Katha or the pastimes of the Lord. I cannot reject the nectar of the pastimes of the Lord. So I'm not hungry or thirsty. Then Shukdev Goswami says that everyone gets thirsty or hungry, and you are a king, and the kings have so much facility. at their disposal. So a king is always offered best things every moment. ये रखी. And they're expert in eating. So why you're not hungry? Then Parikshit Maharaj replies, O Shukdev Goswami, I want to listen the nectar that is flowing endlessly, ceaselessly from your lips. I'm drinking to this nectar. So a person who is drinking this nectar, how will he get the thirst for an ordinary water? So I'm not thirsty. A scholar says, he says, he says that I'm already intoxicated. And now I want liquor. And if you give him water, then will he take it? Because he's intoxicated. So whatever he's intoxicated by, he wants that. So Parikshit Maharaj says that I'm intoxicated by the nectar of the pastimes of the Lord. So my thirst cannot be satiated by ordinary water. So Shukdev Goswami is asked beautiful questions by Parikshit Maharaj, and here his queries are concluded. And now Sri Shukdev Goswami will start speaking Krishna Janmakatha, or the birth of Krishna's pastime. So 2 days have passed. So in the first session we heard the glories of the pastimes of the Lord, and today we heard King Parikshit's queries. And tomorrow, when Shukdev Goswami will start the pastimes of, and he will take us to the Dwapar Yuga, that how the kings became cruel and there was so much sin, and she was distressed and she went to Brahmaji. So you all have been listening with so much attention and love. I'm really grateful to all of you, and especially want to thank the organizer of this second day's Katha, the Patel family. I'm really thankful to all of you, the Sonalben and Ankit, and their both son, Rihan and Dihan. Should you should be blessed, and I'm thankful. So let's conclude Janmashtami Mahotsav's second day's Katha with